What if I were to tell you there is over $25.9 million of Lunar Classic currently not in supply, and probably is not going to be in supply for any time soon? That's 163 billion Lunar Classic coins not in circulation. Well, if that's something you're interested to find out, be sure to watch this video, because we're going to be talking all about it and equally what is going on with those wallets. Now, let's get into a little bit of price action. I always think it's worthwhile checking where we are. Currently 1586 is the price, just marginally down. Obviously we have ticked into a new day. We're looking at the daily chart right now. You can see RSI is trending towards the oversold portion and money flow is out. Now we are seeing the general crypto market doing exactly the same on the back of that insolvency from BlockFi, and ultimately that's kind of what we're seeing with cryptocurrency. Now, a couple of bits I want to bring to your attention. We know if we go and check on CoinMarketCap, we can see our circulating supply for Terra Lunar Classic currently sits at 5,989,640,000,000. So a significant number. However, our total supply being at 6.8 trillion, we have come down. We've nearly gone through a trillion Lunar Classic in getting out of supply. Now, whether that's staking or whether that is burning, then ultimately that's where we are with that. You can see volume is down on there, but there is some interesting things that we want to talk about. Now, we can see here the top 100 holders of Lunar Classic as ever. The Binance Hot Wallet at the top there at 2.3 trillion tokens. Ultimately, 34.5% of the entire supply sits there with Binance. You can see 12.91 is currently the stake supply, 887 billion. Now, here is the bit I want to bring your attention to. You can see here there is the FTX Hot Wallet that currently owns 154 billion Lunar Classic. We can check this wallet, and what we can say categorically is the last time anything was moved or transacted in this wallet was back in June. You can see there 30th of June we had a 10 billion coin move into this wallet, and ultimately we saw a lot coming in and a lot coming out. So this is definitely their hot wallet, but like I said, this hasn't been touched, interacted with, or transferred in or out since June. So there's 154.3 billion Lunar Classic sat in the FTX wallet, but I hear you say it doesn't end there. But before we continue, please, if you are finding this useful and you like this kind of information, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also leave a like on this video if you are finding it useful, and let's keep going down the list because it continues to get a bit more interesting. We also have a unknown CEX. These are all transacted on the same day. This happened on the 28th of October, back where we were trading a little bit more aggressively. You can see back here, 28th, we actually had a nice green candle, albeit look at the buys coming in at 13.1 billion Lunar Classic, and actually we didn't see that much of an aggressive price. So when you see these huge spikes here, these are huge investor money coming in. This isn't retail, this is massive investor money. So if people tell you that they are not investing in Lunar Classic, and certainly the big whales aren't, then tell them that. Ultimately, that's what we can say. That's not a small amount of Lunar Classic by any stretch of the imagination. And again, all transacted on the 28th of October, and nothing has happened since. They're holding strong to see. Now, again, finally, we see the FTX deposit wallet. Again, we can click in and check this at 9.7 billion, and you can see here, look, 1.5 million USD. They also holds UST in this account as well. We can come down here. The last time this one was interacted with was the 13th of November, which is obviously a couple of weeks ago when we saw the whole collapse of FTX. So we can say with relative confidence that actually 163 billion Lunar Classic currently out of supply, and currently out of that circulating supply, 25.9 million, nearly as much as everything we've burnt already. And I imagine if I went through all of these wallets, we would still find people holding it. All of these 13.7 million. In fact, we'll just check one just to prove my point. The last time we interacted with was 28th of October, you'll see there, and nothing else has happened. So pretty interesting when you start getting into some of this data and start really breaking down exactly what's going on with these holders and exactly how many are. But the big FTX, we know that if this is a Chapter 11 insolvency and bankruptcy, this is a couple of years down the line before these are even accessible to anyone. Whether they even will come back into supply, that is the big question. So then the question starts to become, well, if we have 35.5% in Binance, we have, you know, about 4% in FTX that was not in the circulating supply. We continue to increase these state coins. Add all of that into a Binance burn on top of that. Suddenly it starts to get pretty exciting with Terra Luna Classic. Suddenly we start thinking, well, $100 million in volume starts to become very, very interesting. And like I said, I'm sure there is a ton more that sits in some of these wallets where there is not any transactions going through. So certainly pretty interesting. The same also can be said for USTC, albeit we don't see any of FTX holding USTC, but again, we can see a number of exchanges holding it. We also see a number transacting and holding in there. You can see around this 14 million. Obviously anticipating what could happen with USTC. I know we are all hoping for we see a repeg, but you can definitely see long-term people are holding on to their Terra Luna Classic. They are making sure they are in this for the long haul. And like I said, people are spending millions of dollars on holding Luna Classic. So when we talk about the price and when we see the price being down, yes, as well as the entire market, we do see the price down. Just think, why are they holding so much money in so many wallets? Why has nothing happened? Why are they continuing to just hold? Is this a sign for things to come? Do people genuinely, long-term, big investors believe the same as you and I in Terra Luna Classic? Well, time is going to tell. We have some big announcements coming soon, the re-enablement of IBC, as well as everything else. That staking pool continues to grow, as well as our community pool and the Oracle rewards pool. All exciting to keep those 130 validators really supporting the blockchain and ultimately the longevity of Terra Luna Classic. But like we said, nearly $26 million not in circulating supply. Let me know in the comments below what you think of that. Did you know that? And is that new? And if you didn't know that, well, subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with everything going on. Leave a like on this video. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one.